2013 is here, but it was, well, it was 10 years ago, but we're here now because we're going to do welcome to the party, everybody. We're doing our top 5 non-horror movies from 2013. I guess it's a 10-year anniversary for some of these movies, Brady. So
Oh,
that's going to be really cool. I'm excited to get
yeah.
into it. Yeah.
Dude, I'm so excited. Even my hair's messed up right now. Sorry, it was just about talking about one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. Well, Venom.
Hey, Walmart, $8, baby. So you know what? Why not? I don't really own me a Venom shirt, but we're not here to talk about Venom. We're not here to talk about Morbius.
Did you
We're
just say I don't really
definitely.
own me a Venom shirt?
I
Because you
don't
quite
know.
literally own yourself a Venom shirt.
This was my first Venom shirt I've ever owned.
Okay, well, that's fair.
But Brad, they're not here to discuss Venom here. They're here to talk. We're here to talk about our top 5 non-horror movies from the year 2013. And kind of like we alluded to as the series goes on, I feel like after 2013, things are about to go freaking way up, as Barney sits and said. All hype, baby. So let's go ahead and crush through this one year. And Brad, do you have any honorable mentions?
I do. I got a couple. World War Z with
Brad Pitt?
not Bradley. Yes, thank you. I was going to say Bradley Cooper. Dude, this whole time I've been messing up.
I thought you were about to say not Brad Pitt. I'm like, dude, it is Brad Pitt.
It is. Yeah, it's so Brad Pitt. It was a good zombie movie. I haven't watched it since it came out. Otherwise, it could be a little bit higher. But I just remember it being pretty epic with some running zombies. But at this point, zombies kind of ran their course. I wasn't as into it. And another one, just kind of a fun movie. We Are the Millers was a good one with Jennifer Aniston. That was a fun flick. But yeah, that's it for me. I don't know if you got any.
Wait, you're getting paid? Or wait, you're getting paid how much? We're getting paid?
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, it was
such
good,
a good
dude.
comedy, dude. Such
Will
a good
Poulter?
comedy, man.
Yeah, he was good. Got bit on the dick with that spider too.
Oh my god, dude. Freaking not by my spider foe, because I named the car Black Widow today.
Oh, I like it. I dig it. That's a good
Black
name.
Widow, baby. But Brad, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I really don't have any honorable mentions worth mentioning here. Like I kind of had We're the Millers, but it's at my number 9. I kind of struggled, even below 5. Even at my number 5, I struggle with. So should I go ahead and go with number 5?
Yeah,
or do you
run
want to
into
go for
it. No, you go ahead.
Should we go for it?
Go for it.
My number 5 is Olympus Has Fallen. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is really a top 4 for me. I just had to put one, and I looked at my star systems. It was the highest of even going down from my number 4. I don't have a good reason, but I just remember having a good time. When it's an action movie, the White House, Save the President, I'm all in.
Dude,
so go
that's
ahead.
the same. Also, White House Down was that year as well.
It is, dude. Yeah. It really is. And I actually have that as my number 10.
Yeah, that was a decent too. Number 5 for me.
That's the Gerard Butler. Yeah, it's a Gerard Butler. So yeah, definitely watch it if you're a Gerard Butler fan.
Number 5 for me is going to be it's Joaquin Phoenix. It's in Her, the movie Her. Don't know if you've seen it.
Quit being sexual.
It's Her. That's the name of the movie. He has sex with the phone.
In Her.
Well, he was having sex with the phone. But no, this movie, Joaquin. This is a movie about this is actually a really damn good movie. Honestly, it probably could be higher too. But again, I've only seen it the one time. It's one that Joaquin Phoenix is like this lonely dude, but he starts talking with some artificial intelligence on his phone, whatever, and kind of falls in love with it as the movie goes along. It's kind of depressing. It's also just it's a good he as far as his performance goes. I want to say he was nominated. I don't know if he won the Oscar for this performance or not, but I want to say he was at least nominated, and the movie might have been too. But it was it's a doozy. It's a good, solid story, and obviously you're going to get a fantastic performance from Joaquin either way you spin it. He was fantastic in this movie, so it's a good one. I would highly recommend it.
And the tagline of that movie is just into the peak of Bert's life.
Except instead of a phone, it's Fernando.
Hey, Fernando. Okay, man. Let's move on from my depressing situation there. Let's go ahead and go my number 4. My number 4 is Anchorman 2. Honestly, again, not really much a big reason. You can even just say for me, this is like a top 3 year for me. But I remember having some good laughs, having some eggnog. But Anchorman 2, though, it is funny. It had its funny moments in it. But other than that, just the really only reason you're watching this movie is so you can see that epic fight again, kind of like replicate the fight, but just in bigger, larger proportions, especially with Will Smith coming in there going, welcome to sports. Top play is me ripping your damn spine out of your fucking body. Or it's just fucking hilarious, man. And there's a Minotaur too. So what are you waiting for? My number 4 is Anchorman 2.
What are you waiting for? Okay, number 4, dude. Okay, this movie actually is a fucking blast, and I might get a little heat for it. I don't care. Pain and Gain, man. Michael Bay's Pain and Gain. Mark Wahlberg, The Rock's in here, man. It's a fantastic. It's the one with the weightlifters, like the bodybuilders that fucking kidnap. What's his name? Tony Schwab or whatever his name is. I can't. Either way, the dude from that one show, the detective. Fuck it. Either way, they freaking they kidnap the dude and they fucking like make him sign over all of his money and stuff. Like it's a pretty epic movie. And I just remember, I think I saw it a couple times in theaters. I thought Mark Wahlberg was great in the movie. It's just, it's a little bit, overly long, but it's fun as hell. It gets crazy. It gets ridiculous. And maybe it shouldn't be as fun as this because it's a true story, but it is nonetheless. It's solid. So, I dug the hell out of it. That's going to be my number 4.
Dude, man, anything with Michael Bay is always going to be at least some form of entertainment. So
it's like some serious dark comedy in that thing, man. It's like dark as fuck, but also like they crank the comedy up. It just works for me.
Sold. I'm sold. All right, here we go. Now movies I can actually really give you conversations about. My number 3 is Iron Man 3, mainly because they shoot a scene in Chattanooga, Tennessee while we were in college. Or I was still in college during this time. So I marked out like, oh, I live there, Chattanooga. Let's go, baby.
Woo-hoo.
But no, of all seriousness, though, another great inclusion to the Iron Man movie, or at this point, a trilogy. Freaking Tony Stark, Robbie Downey Jr. brings on another great performance, but this time around, like this was after the events of Infinity War, where Tony Stark is pretty much in a panic trying to save everybody. So we really just get like such a unique take on Iron Man in this movie, where he deals with the panic attacks and all that, and just learning to be a hero without the suit. So all of it is just done to great perfection, and of course, and all of this entertaining goodness. So my number 3 is Iron Man 3.
Yeah, that's a good addition, actually. I like that one more than most. Number 3 for me is one I just watched not too long ago for the first time. It's called Locke, and it's really a small movie. It's Tom Hardy. He's the only person in the movie. The whole movie takes place in his car when he's driving, and he's like talking to people. He's like talking to his wife and his mistress on the phone at different times. But a fantastic Tom Hardy performance all the way through. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, even though there's really not a whole lot going on. You're just so into this character and the dialogue that's going on and everything that it just works so well. So it's a very cool premise. It's really well done, I think, for being such an isolated movie. So I would definitely recommend it. And it's one of my favorite kind of Tom Hardy standalones. It was awesome.
Nice. You forgot about the third caller he called. Me, because I'm loathing as shit. No, I'm just kidding. But no, dude, I've heard about that movie, and I'm a huge fan of Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Venom's back.
There you go. I'm a fan of Tom Hardy, so anything he's in, I'm definitely going to add to the watch list. So good pick, my friend. So my number 2 here, Let It Go, Let It Go, can't hold it back anymore. My number 2 is Dude, number 2 is Frozen. Come on, I'm a Disney guy. I gotta throw some kind of Disney on some kind of list. And this is a good excuse for it. It's Frozen, though. What makes this movie really damn good is I've never heard a great soundtrack in a very long time. Since honestly, like Lion King, it's really towards top tier. The animation is fantastic. Story is strong, like believing in yourself and anything can happen if you just put your mind to it. But the only problem I have with this movie is the villain sucked ass. And that's the thing you gotta have in a Disney movie. You gotta have yourself a good villain. And I feel like, unfortunately, those really don't exist anymore. But everything else, though, about this movie, it screams Disney. It feels Disney. It's just such a fantastic time. I wouldn't rate up on the true folk story of Frozen because it's depressing as shit and dark as shit. So stick with this one. You'll have a good time. My number 2 is Frozen.
Number 2 for me is Prisoners, man. This is a dark crime thriller. You guys know that's my forte. Like, that's what I love. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal in there. It's also got Hugh Jackman and Paul Dano, the Riddler himself. He was creepy as hell in this movie. It's just a freaking classic tell. You got Jake Gyllenhaal as a detective, Hugh Jackman's a father, his daughter goes missing, gets kidnapped, and the whole movie is just him trying to track her down, kind of deal. Paul Dano's in there, like real creepy, it's one of those super dark kind of movies that I love. And again, so solid performances all the way throughout. It gets really intense, very suspenseful. Quite the good ending this thing's got. So I would highly recommend it. Once again, very solid.
Hell yeah, dude. Very good pick. Number one, Brad, hopefully we have the same number one here. I would be shocked if you don't have this at number one. My number one is freaking Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. This is like our beginning to the DCEU at this point with the Man of Steel. Henry Cavill, excellent Superman. I'll be honest with you. I know there's Supermans before him, but I feel like Henry absolutely looked the part. He acted the part. He just kind of had the it factor when it comes to into terms of Superman. But what really makes this movie astounding is just the way that Zack shot this movie and built this like whole just very intriguing world in the dark world for the DCEU because it was during this time where Marvel, like the MCU, was just dominating everything. Positivity, yay, let's go, happy shit. This kind of side of things in the comic book side, Zack did the excellent idea and try to make things fucking dark or just like it's not as happy. Like our heroes go through a bad time or just a difficult time learning of like who they are like as a hero. And Superman, this movie just does it to perfection. I absolutely love this movie. I give it a 4.5 out of 5, and that is being too generous. So that is my number one.
Yeah, I'm not too wild about Man of Steel, so that's not on my list. But what number one is?
Nope. You're doing number one by yourself.
All right, fine. What this number one movie is for me though is one that I give a 5 out of 5 to, and that's going to be The Wolf of Wall Street. Martin Scorsese coming in.
You son of a bitch! You brought me back in.
Yeah, it's dude. This is the explosion of Margot Robbie. It happened right here. 3 hour epic. Martin Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio, fantastic in this movie. Should have got the Oscar in this movie. This is the year he got robbed by damn Matthew McConaughey, which I'm glad he got it.
Dude, I legitimately had this conversation with my mom and brother the other night at my mom's birthday dinner. We couldn't remember the movie that Leo got screwed out of because we were talking about The Revenant. And we totally could not figure out the movie, and that was the fucking movie.
Yeah, it was this one, man. He absolutely knocked it out of the park. He dropped so many F-bombs, and then you got freaking what's his name from Coach Taylor from Friday Night Lights over here. Fuckity fuck like on the boat. Like it's just great. But no, the story is fantastic. That obviously the storytelling here is great, the direction, all that stuff, what you would get from Martin Scorsese, you get it here in this movie. It's one of my favorite movies he's done since The Departed. It probably like this and Shutter Island are right up there. I haven't seen his newest one, Killers of the Flower Moon, yet, but I'm hoping to soon. Because honestly, yeah, man, I do need to see that before I do that ranking. But I don't. Either way, that's beside the point.
I think it's coming soon on digital and Apple TV. So maybe you could squeeze in a free Apple TV membership.
I haven't. So yeah. Either way, this one was a banger. So yeah, it's my number one for sure. It wasn't really close for the other ones, but yeah, this one was awesome.
Hell yeah, dude. And the only reason I do not have that movie on my top 5, I've only seen it once. It was for a watch party with Brendan the Beldam for his birthday. And I had a great time with that stream. But like when you got like do a watch party, you're talking to somebody, you don't really necessarily fully pay attention to the movie you're watching. And I wanted to give it a fresh rewatch before I really put it against them. Maybe if we do this list again in the future, it'll definitely hit top 3 territory because I do remember having a great time. And of course, Margot Robbie. Gosh, she's so fucking beautiful in that movie. But Leo was a sexy son of a bitch too. But that's why it's not in my top 5. But Brad, good pick.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So, guys, that is our top 5 movies, non-horror movies from 2013. Did we get our list right? Or is there a movie we forgot to mention, like The Hangover 3? Let us know. And so we can always get that discussion rolling.
Yeah, dude. And yeah, we'll see y'all soon for the next one. And we thank you for being here.
All up from here on out.
That's right. It's going to be epic.